I am Thomas. We have just passed the 4th of July holiday. Well, that's depending on when you're viewing this video. But we're paying our respects, visiting the grave of American icon Irving Berlin. Died at 101 years old back in 1989. An American songwriter. Berlin had received numerous awards, including an Academy Award, there's Mr. Berlin, a Grammy Award, and a Tony Award. He also received the Presidential Medal of Freedom from President Gerald Ford in 1977. Walter Cronkite stated that he helped write the story of this country, capturing the best of who we are and the dreams that shape our lives. God Bless America was the work of Irving Berlin, most notably, as were other songs. Do yourself a favor, look at the Ed Sullivan Show. That performance, that's the one I've seen. That's the one that comes up most on YouTube. That performance of God Bless America. And we are in case you were wondering, in the Bronx, the cemetery, the Greenwood Cemetery is where Mr. Berlin is buried. The New York Times, after Berlin's death in 1989, wrote, Irving Berlin set the tone and the tempo for tunes America played and sang and danced to for much of the 20th century. Berlin's life could have been described as the most of rags to riches. During his career, he wrote an estimated 1,500 songs and was a legend by the time that he had turned 30. He went on to write the scores for 20 original Broadway shows and 15 Hollywood films. That's a picture of Mr. Berlin, and his wife passed away at an early age. His songs were nominated for Academy Awards on 8 different occasions. Now, when you see his cemetery, we're coming up on the cemetery, his grave rather, you'll be quite surprised, and you would think, is this really his grave? And it is just based on his stature. It's an underwhelming grave, you might say. During his 6-decade career, he produced sheet music, Broadway shows, recordings, scores played on the radio, in films, and in television. And his tunes continue to evoke emotions for millions around the world. He wrote songs like Alexander's Ragtime Band, Cheek to Cheek, There's No Business Like Show Business, Blue Skies, Put It on the Ritz. Yes, Put It on the Ritz. Easter Parade, which is a holiday anthem. Another holiday anthem is White Christmas. Irving Berlin wrote White Christmas and Happy Holiday. White Christmas alone sold over 50 million records. 50! The top single selling song in recording history. This song is one of the most frequently played songs ever written. In 1938, God Bless America became the unofficial national anthem of the United States. And on September 11th of 2001, members of the House of Representatives stood on the steps of the Capitol and sang God Bless America together. The song again became popular shortly after 9/11 when Celine Dion recorded it as the title track of a 9/11 benefit concert. The following year, the Postal Service issued a commemorative stamp of Berlin. By then, the Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts of America, it was Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts of New York, had received more than $10 million in royalties from God Bless America as a result of Berlin's donation of royalties. So, if you're following the story along, Irving Berlin wrote God Bless America. He eventually sold that song, the royalties of it, to the Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts of New York. So that means that every time it's played, there is a royalty check. $10 million in royalties. Now, according to many a historian by the name of Gary Giddens, no other songwriter has written as many anthems. No one has written as many pop songs, period. His gift for economy, directness, and slang presents Berlin as a obsessive, often despairing commentator on the passing scene. Wow, how's that for a compliment? At times, Berlin's songs were often rallying cries for different causes. He produced musical editorials supporting Al Smith and Dwight Eisenhower as presidential candidates. He wrote songs, and this is the grave of Irving Berlin. Family Plot. So he wrote songs opposing prohibition, defending the gold standard, calming the wounds of the Great Depression, and helping the war against Hitler. And in 1950, he even wrote an anthem for the State of Israel. A legend and an icon, and just, always keeping busy. Records show that 25 of Berlin's songs reached the top of the charts and were re-recorded by dozens of famous singers over the years, such as Eddie Fisher, Al Jolson, Bing Crosby, Frank Sinatra, Barbara Streisand, Linda Ronstadt, Rosemary Clooney, Doris Day, Diana Ross, Nat King Cole, and Ella Fitzgerald. So a lot of his songs were rewritten, re-recorded to modern day kind of, you've seen it like a modern version or modern take on it. Irving Berlin too. Let's not forget that he he, by the age of 36, autobiography was already being written by Berlin, just by the sheer amount of contribution that he, in the music industry, that he had contributed. Just a man of great talent. And he wrote one of, an anthem in support of our country. God bless America. Very powerful song. If you ever take time to kind of reflect on what you're singing or what you're hearing, just a real touching song. There are many renditions of it. Again, do yourself a favor and look at the Ed Sullivan when Irving Berlin was there. Lived to 101 years old, passed away in 1989. There he is, Irving Berlin.